mind, it's okay. She off your mind,
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mind. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. And people make you shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This man not the off in mind, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Aha. Now you not done here, oh. All these bad politicians, then we call themselves politicians.
Hello there.
Maiyegun la wa mo la mo do.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun la wa mo la mo do.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Good afternoon to you, good morning to you, good evening to you from wherever you're watching from. And this is Maiyegun Live. Thank you for joining me. It's been a while. I am starting tonight, I'm starting early tonight so that we can have enough time to catch up at the same time, possibly get, to take some calls. So if you are joining me live, you're welcome.
Maiyegun diary Politico. Godfatherism, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun diary. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o, kẹ́gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu.
Read the caption, share the broadcast, invite others, and let them know that Maiyegun today, share the broadcast.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Thank you.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
lórí Facebook.
Thank you so much for joining me. So tonight, I am going to start, normally we're going to go into the drama of the APC, Egbekegbese convention. And the reason why we are giving them that kind of a close marking, checking, is because we told those who are our own brothers and sisters that this Project Nigeria is a charade that, except for those who probably are just benefiting from it, a lot from it, except for those, nobody should be clamoring for one Nigeria if they understand how disjointed, how unfair it is for them as a people, right? So the reason why we are now giving them the close marking is because they told us that they had the last shot at it before they can decide if Nigeria is done for or if Nigeria is redeemable. We know that they want to buy time, just not for the Yoruba people, but for the selfish few who will probably eat from the crumbs of what Tinubu has to offer. Now, it seems that that journey of swagger, as they call it, is a journey of Belshboshilo, Loshebo, BLLB. However, I am coming back to that drama because it's getting interesting now. I appreciate that somebody said I should use a lot of vitamins. I get that. What I actually need to do is to eat a lot of semo, and catfish. So if I feel myself, if I feel myself up with that in the next couple of days, it's because I've not had the time. I've really been unwell, right? However, don't worry about the vitamins. I know the kind of vitamins I'm going to take, which is semo and my catfish. Give it a week or two. You probably will be able to say, well, Maiyegun, what kind of vitamins are you using now? Or, But we'll be fine. So thank you very much. So I picked something before we come back to the drama. Yes, the drama of APC, Egbekegbe in Abuja today. The implosion of APC. I told you that APC, Egbekegbe, was put together by strange bedfellows. Strange bedfellows who wanted the power, and APC, Egbekegbe, is the vehicle. Now, they've achieved that. They've divided Nigeria, and rather than make it official, the same APC, Egbekegbe, is what they said Tinubu would use to possibly further bury Nigeria. I don't know what that would be, but whatever that dream is coming to a close, right? But I picked something up that I actually want to read to you. This is going to take time. But I love the open letter. Somebody dropped an open letter. I don't know when it was written. I don't know the writer, but I'm glad the writer's name is on it. But this writer wrote this open letter to Tinubu for the last time, before it is completely too late. Lagos Awobakus, Oshogbo Alumajiris, the humbled slaves, obedient fools, and the sophisticated morons. Call them to come close. They should come close by. You see the wordings in this letter. I want you to listen attentively. I'm going to read them word for word. And for the record, the writer shall be acknowledged as, you know what I mean? So let me see if I can pick that up here. Let's start from that. And then we'll see those who will join us later. So, the name of the writer of this open letter to Tinubu is Silas Abayomi and Mao, the two names, as the two signatories, I believe, or maybe one signatory with an extra name. Silas, Mr. Silas, Omo Yoruba Tata, if you are watching me, just know that your work got my attention, and I want my own friends to hear about you and this beautiful piece that you decided to share publicly to call the attention of Tinubu to do the right thing for the last time before it is too late for the Yoruba people. So, if you are joining me or just joining me, this is the open letter, the first part of this conversation. Before we go to the drama parts, the interesting part you will say, but this one too is quite interesting. Open your ears and just listen. Yeah? Right. It actually started with, I'll be kind of using my own, mixture just to make it more interesting and quite interesting too. to listen to. I don't want it to be boring. My dear Alhaji Bola Tinubu, greetings. I write this letter to you not as a politician, because I am not one. Neither will I be, but as a student of Nigerian political history, who have seen so much in body polity, the good, bad, and ugly of Nigeria contemporary history. I write this letter to draw your attention to every time mistake politicians from southern. I'll take that again. I write this letter to draw your attention to every time mistake politicians from southern Nigeria, particularly Yorubas, who claim to be more debonair, cosmopolitan, intellectually sagacious, make in their unholy alliance with axis of evil, a mafia, and a cabal that had prevented Nigeria to rise above crawling baby since independence in 1960. This group, from their dark inner concave, continuously use suspecting, unsuspecting, committed nationalists, harmless and willing souls like you to grab power. Power they always abuse. More important, use against their benefactors once the sword is in their hand. As a Yoruba man with so much knowledge on Yoruba historical past, without being immodest, I think it will be to your interest to learn from history. Retract your steps where possible. Seek forgiveness where necessary. Then begin a new journey with those of like mind, not for today, but for your tomorrow, in capital letter. Alhaji Bola Tinubu. There are 5 historical antecedents this long letter will share and draw your attention to. Please do not ignore, but choose the pathway of wisdom. Never succumb to pride, but humble yourself to amend where and when necessary. Number 1 event, Aláàfin Arogangan, Aole, and Are Ona Kakanfo Afonja, Ilorin, and Yoruba 200 years after. About 200 years ago in 1815 at Ilorin, Old Oyo Empire, Northern Frontier, an incident happened which changed the dynamics of Yoruba political system forever. Afonja, the son of Alugbin, son of Pasin, son of Laderin, became the Are Ona Kakanfo and Viceroy of Ilorin. Viceroy office started with his great-grandfather, Laderin, the appointee of Aláàfin Ajiboyede. From available records, Afonja is loved, respected by his 70-man eshors, adored and venerated by Ilorin, surrounding towns, villages, and communities. However, after investiture, Afonja's interests shifted from the chief security officer to political leadership, resulting in rivalry, distrust between Aláàfin Aole and Afonja. The rivalry was so intense that Aláàfin Aole commissioned Afonja to undertake an impossible, perhaps a suicide mission, attack on Iwere-Ile, the maternal home of Aláàfin Ajiboyede. Out of anger and frustration, Afonja commenced a bitter war against Aláàfin Aole with the help of a Fulani sojourn, Malam Alimi, who had just moved from Kuwo, a suburb of Ilorin, in a deal facilitated by Sholagberu, a longtime friend of Afonja. Oyo Igbowo was destroyed beyond repairs. Thousands killed, homes and properties destroyed by the rampaging Afonja Alimi soldiers. Afonja became de facto lord as Oyo laid in ruins and Yoruba nation dislocated. Even though the lion roared from Ilorin, the forest refused to be still. Within months, a payback time arrived. Alimi's unruly soldiers, or Jama, became a menace to Ilorin residents, just like today's Fulani, Bororoje herdsmen. Afonja was helpless, and in this confused state, Alimi conspired against his benefactor, Afonja. Shortly, he was assassinated. I hope you are following that. This is something you probably have heard before. I'm gonna try to hold you spellbound because I don't know how my voice sounds to you. I hope you are following. Afonja's home carefully exterminated by Alimi. Okay, I think I'll start from here. Yes. Afonja's home carefully exterminated by Alimi. His soldiers, sectional warlords, and supporters massacred in succession. By 1817, when Alimi died, Yoruba had lost Ilorin to the Fulanis. By 1823, Ilorin became one of the 14 emirates under Usman Danfodio, the Futajalon Fulani man who had overrun the entire Hausa states from Gobir to the western border of Kanem Borno Empire on pretext of religious piety. Any lesson from his account? Can we see the price of greed? First, for political power on Afonja, Ilorin, and the entire Yoruba nation. Afonja suffered a double jeopardy. He lost the anticipated extensive power and Ilorin. Sad to say, 200 years after, Yoruba is yet to recover. Is there no similar trend in Yoruba land at present? Number 2 event. The number 2 event, Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò Kurumi of Ijaye, one-man riot, it was called. Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò Kurumi of Ijaye, one-man riot. One of the major problems military attack on Oyo created was the destruction of towns, villages, and communities, resulting in humanitarian crisis. With Oyo gone, Iresa, Ikoyi, and many more to follow. Establishing new towns and communities became a necessity. Among the new towns were Ibadan in the east, Ijaye in the west. Ijaye came under the mighty hand of Kurumi, the most powerful Yoruba political figure in mid-19th century. Kurumi was so powerful that everyone feared him. Kurumi cared for nobody. His concern was power and political survival. Forgetting there was tomorrow, Kurumi built himself but failed to build Ijaye. Kurumi created a kingdom but failed to empower Ijaye kingdom for tomorrow's survivor. Kurumi fought everybody from Alaafin Atiba to Adelu. He engaged in supremacy battle with Basharu Oluyole and Ogumola of Ibadan. He terrorized Oke-Ogun region, especially towns around Shaki under Okere, Since he was not satisfied on how Alaafin Atiba resolved the matter before he died, Kurumi declared war shortly after Alaafin Adelu was crowned. Thanks to Ibadan war machine under Basharu Ogunmola, which routed Kurumi Ijaye Egba Alliance forces, when Kurumi saw the direction of the war, that he was running against time, Kurumi committed suicide and Ijaye was destroyed by Ibadan army. And you can find this on the Europedia, that is www.europedia.com, the Ijaye War. You can read that. Today, nothing is left on Ijaye soil other than mods, ruins from yesterday's attack, thick forest, and fallowed land, dwelling place of wild animals, reptiles, and night jars. Lesson: there is danger pursuing inordinate ambition. Seeking power beyond every reasonable limit backfire. An excessive or extreme power is a gunpowder with potential to explode anytime, and possibility of destroying whoever possesses it. Kurumi's excessive power eventually became his undoing and albatross. Is there no trend in Yoruba land today? Number 3 events. Chief Obafemi Awolowo and the 1962 to 1966 Western Region crisis. This is another interesting one. Event number 3, in an open letter to Tifnumbu, if he is ever going to read it, and if the Lagos Abobakus, the Oshogbo Alemajiris, if they are also willing to learn from history, he who fails to learn from history is bound to fail. Yeah, he who fails to learn from history is bound to repeat the same mistake, which is the failure of history. Lesson 3. There is danger pursuing inordinate ambition. Well, okay, I've talked about lesson 3. I'm going to talk about, lesson 2. That's number 3 events. Chief Obafemi Awolowo and the 1962-1966 Western Region crisis. Alhaji Bola Tinubu, you are very conversant with 1962 Western Region crisis, which began with the arrest, detention, trial, and imprisonment of late Chief Obafemi Awolowo. The dark, remember, the dark forces of 1815, which treacherously took Ilorin, are still interested in overrunning Yoruba land. Regardless of several pushbacks, beginning with Oshogbo military adventure of 1840s by Ibadan under Basharu Oluyole, even with Fulani's defeat at Oshogbo, they had not given up because Yoruba land is a prized property they wanted. However, Awolowo's superior politics combined with Yoruba unequal civilization made their quests impossible. For more than 50 years, they had devised several means, mainly political persecution. Chief Obafemi Awolowo and lieutenants were the first pioneer victims. The fate that late Chief MKO Abiola suffered afterward as well. Awolowo's project became the Dark Forces mission to conquer West under code name Destroy Awolowo. Temporarily, the project worked. Chief Awolowo was tormented, taunted, humiliated, disrobed politically, and caged. The enemies were happy that they succeeded. After all, Yoruba leader was in jail. Regardless, Chief Awolowo refused to partner with darkness, refused any association with evil, more so placed Yoruba interest above personal desires. Alhaji Bola Tinubu, where is the Awolowo of modern times? Where are the generations of Awolowo's disciples? Where are the banner carriers in Yoruba land? Where are the Yoruba interest fighters, defenders, and promoters? Where is this day Tai Sholari? Where is 2016 Gani Oyefes of Aweyimi? Where is the physician turned human rights fighter Dr. Beck Kolori Ransom Kuti? Where are the Socrates in Yoruba land? Where are the plateaus in the land of Oodua? Where is Cicero? Is Esauke tired of giving Yoruba land another Cicero? Now, event number 4. Late Bashorun MKO Moshood Kashima Wolawale Abiola from National Party of Nigeria, NPN, to June 12, 1993. Late Bashorun Moshood Kashima Wolawale Abiola needs no introduction, a man of extraordinary and unusual intellectual ability. My generation came to know Chief MKO Abiola from 1978, when the ban on political activities was lifted. National Party of Nigeria and Unity Party of Nigeria were formed. Chief Abiola became the foundation pillar and support that NPN rested upon. Abiola labored, invested, worked, and contributed to make National Party big and great. From Lagos to Ibadan, Jos, Kaduna, Kano, Maiduguri, Port Harcourt, back to Lagos, it was MKO. Unfortunately, MKO became a victim of no vacancy for Southern presidential candidates when the late Alhaji Umaru Dikko, ultra-conservatives representatives during 1983 presidential nomination race, said, "Presidency is not for sale." As a true son of Oodua, late Chief MKO Abiola made immediate U-turn by resigning his membership from NPN. More important, humbly sought forgiveness from those he had wronged, particularly Chief Obafemi Awolowo. So the lesson here is that at times, someone may be on a wrong course, route, or place, or someone keeping bad friendship, but as soon as one discovers, correction must follow immediately and no reason to wait. Abiola did exactly so. For another 10 years, 1983 to 1993, Abiola underwent a political rebirth from a pupil politician to a national hero, which explained his second coming as a favored and most loved Nigerian politician expressed on June 12, 1993. Although it did not, I'm going to skip that. So let's go to the number 5 event. Alhaji Bola Tinubu and contribution to Buhari presidency. This is Tinubu's own lesson now. It is always said the best experience in life is the personal experience. There is no doubt. As a politician and major player in this political dispensation, you have helped enthrone 4 Nigerians as presidents, particularly General Muhammadu Buhari, who had run for 3 unsuccessful times, and his born to rule mantra could not do the magic. It is on record. You pulled resources, mobilized full soldiers, used social, political, and cultural connections to sell Buhari as a political product to Nigerians. In fact, General Buhari's arrogance and apolitical outlook would have made him lose to another candidate, Atiku Abubakar, and then compelled him retire to Daura. But you saved him. Even though his Hausa Fulani brethren will tell a different story, that Buhari won on his merits, not through your contribution and support. Even in the past 15 months, I've shown that Hausa Fulani used and dumped you. Alhaji Bola Tinubu, if you have become the proverbial sugarcane Buhari and co sucked and then disposed the chaff, you have become a granite or a kernel shell. Once the seed is out, the shell is of no use. Alhaji Tinubu, if care is not taken, you may soon become a fire booster, what Yoruba calls a son. Before it gets to that point, you need to act fast. Oh, hang on. Fire booster. What is fire booster? A son? No, a son. Before it gets to the point, you need to act fast, just as Abiola wisely did some 33 years ago by resigning from NPN. You should bid all People's Congress, APC, the party of strange bedfellows, goodbye. Never be carried away by your poison antidotes. You may suffer multiple bites from these vipers, leading to incremental poison, which may render your antidote ineffective. Advice and conclusion. Alhaji Bola Tinubu, you are no longer a novice to Nigerian politics. After all, you are a master. Neither are Hausa Fulani politics strange to you. Hausa Fulani are power hungry, power thirsty, and can go any length in pursuit of it to sustain their parasitic social and economic life. Because of their greed and penchant for power, they are not ready to share power with anyone, even if you share same faith and beliefs with them, or holier than them. My advice to you is to follow a pathway of wisdom. Leave this club of darkness. Reconcile with those you had wronged in your political journey. Afenifere, Yoruba Council of Elders, your former deputies, political sons and daughters, which you may need in the future. Finally, go and create a new coalition with this primitive, outdated and old-fashioned 6th century sheikh-like system may found too sophisticated to challenge. And then blah, 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 blah after that. So, Silas, we got your letter. And then I actually picked the part I wanted to pick. It is just somebody from somewhere feeling like you can still be a Yoruba man. You can still think Yoruba first. You can still stand up for the Yoruba people. Even if it is it's so kind of late for you to go back now. Well, I don't think it's going to listen. So forget that. So, ladies and gentlemen, now so we turn on our cameras. Turn our devices on because we wanted to see how is it going. You know, one thing is this. The dream of Tinubu becoming APC, Egbekegbe's presidential candidate, that ticket don't cut by half today. Take that from me. You don't need to believe it. Okay? As you are watching this broadcast tonight, Tinubu 2023 swagger or no swagger, starting with APC, the ticket don't cost by half. The reason is this. As initially planned, they said they were going to see who will take over the party. Normal, yeah? If to say the arrangement that they said Tinubu and Bokuwari had, that after Bokuwari, Tinubu will be the next one, right? If to say the arrangement is still in place, Oshiomole will be the chairman of APC, Egbekegbe right now. But because they know that Tinubu can never be it, forget it. Amalamu and gang, who happen to be the CPC, for those who actually know their story, you know the APC, Egbekegbe, Tinubu area father, and the rest of them, they call them Lagos gang. So you see those Lagos gang, They are seen as ACN inside APC. Malamu and gang, they are the ones they call those ones as CPC. They are like 4 or 5. Okorocha, who brought Abga into form APC. That's another faction. But the real faction will be say supposed to take over Tinubu faction. It is Malamu and gang and Bokwari and the rest. They are the one who are now writing all these scripts. So first, they said let everybody go and try it out. Oh yeah, money for money, delegate for delegate. But they realized that Tinubu, if he put surprise, so Tinubu now called all of them. I'm sorry, Bokwari now called all of them. Tinubu and everybody called them to Abuja. He said, listen, we are going to do harmonization, okay? So you, Tinubu, you are going to give us the youth leader, this women leader, this position. They now shared the position, Sha, but they didn't give them the chairman. Bokwari now hold on the chairman. Who is going to be the chairman? Another 80 years old ancestor, Abdullahi Adamu, former governor of Kogi. Where was that guy governor? Shina Nasarawa, governor of Nasarawa or something. Abdullahi Adamu, very old thief, 16 years with PDP, crossed to APC. Is going to be their chairman. But it is for a job, very easy job. Tinubu is going nowhere. Are you with me? So they called them into us old rock. I don't want Wala. I don't want anything. All of you, yeah, come and sign. Sign this. They don't know the name be inside the letter or anything. Oh, they say, oh, yeah, all of you sign. We are going to use harmonization lists. We are not going to use any kind of delegates or no delegates. This is the beginning, right? So everybody that they told to sign on this, including Tinubu, they made them sign that by the time they take this to the convention, the names of the party escorts that is already vetted by Malamu, approved by Bokwari, and all of them grudgingly, shall you get me now, agreed to. Immediately after they came out of that meeting, it was Fayemi that first spoke. He said, no, we cannot use anything like consensus. So which level now? But they can't do anything. It's getting to that point where we say, after tonight, they are still there. After tonight, boom, you go to pick APC, Egbe in pieces. Don't rejoice. We wait for that of the PDP too. That is when you realize that it is an hopeless situation. To be hoping that maybe some, not saying you will wait, it will play out, everything will explode and explode and explode. You can actually be a victim if you begin to believe in them. This is why I said don't open anything. No. So they shall share meeting today. They said, okay, everybody will go to the venue, go and do endorse. That's it. No story. If you try anything. You know, another thing to make sure everything is fine. This Abdullahi Adamu that they are going to use as APC chairman now, this is a person, this is a guy, when he was governor, he was, after he became, after his time as governor, he is standing trial, EFCC trial. For what? For stealing over 38 billion naira when he was governor. Do you know what Bokwari said? He said, he doesn't want any EFCC to be harassing anybody. EFCC must not be part of any political nonsense because now thieves go in charge of APC this time. Now we go many worry one lay, and they don't want EFCC to be running mad, moving mad on convention ground because thieves are going to be crowned. And even Tinubu that believe that is the political, what do they call it? Political sagacious, what do they call it? He knows that the end has come. Trust me, it has come. But it's not going to go down without fight. Before they left Lagos, Osinbajo don't they intimidate him boss. Now then first enter streets. In Lagos, so why Tinubu and Gangu are in Abuja trying to see if Bokwari could change his mind. This is no be so we talking now. You will give me the party. The party will now make me candidate. and then I'll put together my own campaign. Then you will support me. That's the agreement. What is all of this? Buhari, why? Malam. Sonunda, Kuda, Nudaji, and all of that, why? In Lagos, Osinbajo and his team, that they move mad.
Come down.
I know majority of them hired and they will be given 1,000 naira. It is election time and all of that. But they mobilized that number of people for Osinbajo in Lagos, for President Osinbajo. No shaking anytime. Wait till they happen, wait till they up. Somebody said that Ilana Odua should go to Russia to go and talk to Putin about Yoruba nation. Some of you are watching too many movies. Trust me. Okay? Ilana Odua will not be able to just walk in. No organization will walk in and walk into Putin. But enjoy your fantasy, because probably if somebody says, oh, that's not easy, then the next thing is, my friend, you don't know anything. You know those social media diplomats, Ilana Odua should walk into Russia and just talk to Putin. And Putin will do what? And declare Yoruba nation. I beg. Anyway, we'll get to that part too, because I'm still coming to that part of us. We. But the reason why we don't believe in what they do or what they say is this. Do you get what I mean now? So they can move to Abuja. Everything is fine. They've discussed it. They've done it. Everything behind the scene. Good. They go to Abuja, or more delegates come they move in. As they realize they don't enter. They don't move. They don't move their usual thug, because they control the thugs anyway, to the point that thugs, they collect police gun at the entrance. And I'm like this, so where is that thing again? That's not. First, the entrance. They did all the decoration, they did all the sign, they did all of that. People can't they arrive. Now the gate first fell. It's in a fight, cause the entrance first collapse. Then we don't know what happened though. Bagbo, everybody run. You see, some people are 2 by 2. Igi 2 by 2. How much are they paying each delegate? Those people are delegates too. Somebody now told me and he said that, Maiyegun, have you seen that video? I said, I've seen it. You know, get anybody where go Abuja, maybe they call their family member. If your papa go Abuja, they call them to know if they are okay. 2 by 2. They said some people now, what's they call that thing? Whip. Hey. There's a name they call this thing. Cord. You see all this, they call them cord. You see old men. Old men. You saw the video now. Old men. They whip old men cord for neck. Say, call your papa, call your mama. Wait till they go Abuja to go to convention. That is okay. Check pela on to shubuni ori kinila nkonye. Like this. Check if don't lie. Did you see? Were you denied the fact that you were hearing the now human being that they large so 2 by 2, igi 2 by 2, 2 by 2 rod, all for national convention endorsement list. The list they here is not a competition. See the crowd though. See all of them. They are not going to vote for anything. They are going to tell them who to vote for. They're not going there to vote for their own somebody and say, these are going to be our party leaders. You know what I mean? They go there because they pay them. They mobilize all of them from all over Nigeria. They are in Abuja. Some of them don't get anywhere to sleep. So far, no, they tire them. All for the list where they say they don't sign inside the asshole rock last night. This is what they want to go and kill themselves. So this is what they are using Igi 2 by 2 to beat old men, old women falling over in Abuja. Just so you should know. You get that now. So even Yeye Bello was there. I think he was also caught in the whole thing trying to. Everybody calm down now. Calm down. Baba, President Yeye Bello gone as usual. So, but they are still on it. As they are doing all of that madness in Abuja, people, as you were, you know, it's pretty much like they are unbothered. It's not really a biggie. But it is a biggie because these are the reasons why many people feel like they don't want to be part of this business center anymore. Because nobody cares. Nobody really cares about you as long as Nigeria is concerned. You know that nobody really gives a damn. They don't care. Or if they do, I mean, Abuja to Kaduna, it's not far. For some reason, as they are doing their convention in Abuja, the political wing, the armed wing of APC, Egbekegbe, the bandits as they call them, the Fulani terrorists, which is another armed, which is the Miyetiala armed wing of APC, Egbekegbe, Al-Qaeda People's Congress. They were holding everybody to ransom in Kaduna airport. Did you not read the breaking news? Yes, Fulani terrorists, they took over Kaduna airport. You know that the terrorists have taken over Kaduna Abuja expressway for the past 6 years now. And that has been like that. Right? And then when they partially completed Kaduna Abuja rail line, at Rigasa, the terrorists decided to want to hijack a train. The train was going to Abuja. They wanted to hijack a moving train. And they said that because the train serve no run past Okada. Last, these criminal politicians, they abandoned the train, abandoned the road. They started flying. Imagine flying for 15 minutes, 25 minutes. Kaduna to Abuja. Now, as they were doing the congregation of the jihadists in Abuja, and the Mumus, and some of them, they traveled by road to Abuja to go and collect delegates money. They put them in the bus, they risked their life, and all of that. And that's what they hit, Abi. From all over, including Yoruba land. See as they were falling over their heads there. Because of how much? Because of 10 or, well, they will pay more than that to delegates. Maybe 100,000 naira. To Abuja. Delegates to go and vote in Abuja. And terrorists took over the airports in Kaduna for hours. They said they killed 2 people. They shot at the people working in the airport and all that. Over 200 terrorists. And that's how they do. What thing they won't do? They won't hijack plane. It's just a matter of time. Taliban, when they took over in Afghanistan, it was, the first thing is, once they can shut down airports, they can move straight to government houses and all of that, and that's it. Now, so they could just say, you could just open channels television. Shehu Okinbaloye will be here. The Taliban bandits, they will be sitting next to him. All of you will be watching in horror on your screen. Taliban don't enter Lagos. Taliban to take over Nigeria. That's what happened. They took over the airports for hours. When they were done, they left. We don't know what they came to get there, but they took over the airport. Kaduna airport. Before now, they have been killing in southern Kaduna for the past 1 week. Every day. Some of the images, you can see them. They did the same thing in Enugu. I even have a name for that of Enugu. This one happened just about yesterday. Hang on. I think I have a name. Fulani terrorist, Enugu. Where is that? They call the place Eha Amufu, Isi Uzo local government area of Enugu state. Eha Amufu or Amufu, Isi Uzo or Isi Uzo local government area of Enugu state. They killed they killed 15 people. 15 Fulani terrorists back in Yoruba land. I don't know if you have seen this, because I don't want to share the video. The video is really horrible, right? But look at this man. He is a vigilante in a place called Itile, Iwajowa, Oyo. See him? He said he saw the Fulani terrorist on his way to his farm. He's a vigilante. And when he saw them, he passed them, he greeted them, he passed them. 2 Fulani terrorists, at the bank of a stream. So he moved on, and he said, a couple of minutes later, they walked so fast, and they passed him. And before they could say anything, oh boy, he said the first they shot him. Bah! When they realized that this was strong, or you get jazz, they started macheting him. You know what they did? They just took his two hands like that. They chopped them off. Boom. So you get jazz, Abi. The old man cries, and he's been crying like a baby. A Yoruba man, Amodu Abubakar is his name. Do you understand that now? Now, these are the victims that you could possibly put face beside their stories. There are many, 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 in their thousands and thousands who experience this on a weekly basis. And their stories are just used as, statistics, 26 people killed. That's it. 26 people killed. Imagine, they chopped his two wrists. They chopped them off. He's been disabled for life. Is that not what they were doing in Liberia and Sierra Leone? That made the rest of the world to charge all those rebel leaders or president or politicians involved in the Sierra Leonean war, in the Liberian war. That how could you do that to a human being? They will ask you, do you want it as a short skirt, short sleeve or long sleeve? During the war, Fulanis are asking our own brothers and sisters in Yoruba land, terrorists, they're asking them, do they want short sleeve? Do they want short sleeve or they want long sleeve? Disabling them right before our eyes. That's one soldier down. Is a vigilante who has been providing security for his community. Many, many communities, thousands of communities like that in Yoruba land, they are without any government protection. No government security, no nothing. People have improvised to provide their own security. This guy is one of them, and he would never be able to do that anymore, ever. So that's a victim, that has a face, that has a name. There are others, many, many others like him that we have shown to you. But they never make it into the PDP APC convention. In America, when things like this happen, when politicians, when they really care, look at the killings going on in Eastern Nigeria. All of them are going to, because they don't really have empathy. Trust me, you will barely see 1% of those from Nigeria that have a real human empathy living in that country. Maybe 1%. It's something that they don't see it, so they can't really live it, or to practice it. Empathy, feeling. All these horrible things happening, right? They were meant to be the top political conversation. You locked Nnamdi Kanu up now, right? You have been kidnapping innocent people in the Eastern Nigeria and putting them up on trumped-up charges, right? But politics is happening, but nobody want to talk about them. When they do, they will say, all the crises in Eastern Nigeria, all the crisis, all the insecurity in Northern Nigeria, all the insecurity in Yoruba land, we are going to do something. No. That's not how to do it. Because they continue to keep the true stories, the real victims, they continue to keep them away from their convo. Because if you put the victims at the center of your political conversation, right, there is no way that the conversation around Biafra, Yoruba nation, will not be so valid, legit, even to these average politicians in Nigeria. Do you understand that? Because we are all victims waiting to happen. Victims waiting to happen. I'm a victim waiting to happen. Trust me, Nigeria has a way of happening to all of us. We keep praying. May Nigeria not happen to you. May Nigeria not happen to me. May Nigeria not happen to those you love or those you know. You get what I mean now? But it does happen. Fulani invasion is real. Politicians knows why Nigeria is still trending this way. But according to them, it's probably not really that serious until they say it is. That is why they do live in denial. Like some of them who have lived in denial so many times. And I'd say, when I said that those who would destroy Tinubu and his inordinate ambition and his carefree, I don't give a damn feeling towards Yoruba generally, and you as a Yoruba person not saying that, is quite heartbreaking. They don't care, and they obviously show that. However, we know that they will self-destruct. They will destroy themselves. It's just a matter of time. And the way it's going to work out is just a matter of time, like I said. I picked this up. It's between the two of them at the APC convention in Abuja. They never do primaries, though. This one are just convention for party. We also found this at the convention. APC, Egbekegbe, Tinubu supporters versus fake Pastor Ruga or Shibade supporter, even if they are denying. But we all know that at the end of the day, it is going to be BLLB. Tomorrow morning is almost here. The man that is going to be in charge of APC, Egbekegbe, Abdullahi Adamu, before they vote, they don't celebrate. Yes. That's them. We'll give more follow-up tomorrow. So what are we going to be doing when they are busy with their scheming? And when we have an idea as a people, as a Yoruba man now, okay, we have an idea where this is headed. We know it's headed for the rock enough that the first lesson they haven't really learned from that. They didn't learn from that. The second lesson they didn't learn from that. They want to learn it the hard way, which is now. But what are we going to be doing? Of course, in my own part, I believe that for those of us who are not going to be, or will never, ever be blackmailed into buying the, the fruitless, inordinate ambition, whatever, of Tinubu, and every one of them that will likely jump at you and tell you that, for the sake of Yoruba, if you love Yoruba land, like you say you believe in Yoruba nation, because people are being blackmailed that way. They are being blackmailed that, or if you say you love Yoruba nation, for the sake of Yoruba, who would you rather vote for? Just tell them I'm not voting. And it's true. I don't even have a PVC. Many of my friends here, many of you don't have anything like that PVC, of course. Abi? So which simply means you are a vessel to help talk to those who are hell-bent in validating this fraud, because they will be blackmailed into it. So many people have been blackmailed into it. Why can't we do both? I've been told that. But as a Yoruba people, normal, we should be able, we can have Yoruba nation. We can continue to fight for Yoruba nation. And then we can also support Yoruba person to be president. That's the fraud that the likes of Tinubu's camp are trying to manipulate you with. If they cannot blackmail you, listen, this is new. If they cannot blackmail you with, why are you not supporting them? Don't you want a Yoruba man, this and that? You've told them point blank. I'm not interested. Don't sell me that bullshit, okay? Don't come to me and say the issue of Nigeria and blah, 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 right? It's more important than for responsible Yoruba sons and daughters to stand up for Yoruba land where it is meant, where it is right. So don't tell me that bullshit that until somebody becomes a president or whatever, that is when the interest of Yoruba will now be looked upon and all of that, right? So they may not be able to blackmail you, all right? They have another means of trying to manipulate you into kind of saying, okay, well, that makes sense. They will tell you, why can't you have both? They will say, listen, I am also for Yoruba nation. But let me tell you, if a Yoruba man is not in this thing, they are going to cheat us out of it. Nobody's going to help us talk about doing Yoruba nation. So why can't we have it both? Let's support a Yoruba man for president, and let's support an Igbo man for president. When an Igbo man become president, we can have Biafra. You know what I mean? You can have it both. You can. Don't let anybody blackmail you into that. There's nothing. There's no truth or any truth in that. It is a disguised blackmail. You know what I mean? Okay, what do you want? You want Yoruba nation. Okay, fine. Me too. I want Yoruba nation. But you know, Yoruba nation is not going to come now. Yoruba nation is still going to take time. You know, why don't you just try and let us first? Don't believe them. Don't even entertain them. I'll tell you what we are going to be doing. Shebi they are mobilizing. Shebi they are mobilizing for APC, Egbe. People destroy people, PDP, and every other criminals that any of them belong to. Okay? So why can't we also be doing our own evangelism, mobilization, where we get people interested, grassroots public mobilization, not rally, not protest, not. We are talking about proper advocacy where you have people recruited. Maybe they are recruiting people to come and give you semo, to come and give our people omo, to come and give our people slippers, abi. So as they are doing that, and if our people, if they get there and our people says we are not interested, why are you people not even talking about the problems in Yoruba land? Why are you, that means if we have our own genuine Yoruba nation promoter, those who are Yoruba first, young people, all of you who are pro-Yoruba all over the world, you don't need to wait till we raise money to do this. So let me tell you, I'm going to give you the trick. When politicians says, well, what are you doing? If you are saying that we should not vote, what should we be doing? Let us start recruiting our young people, old people, everybody interested in Yoruba nation. Give them money. Yes. Pay them. Give them money, give them targets. And you see all this petition that they said we should sign online. I've signed my own, and I bet some of you have signed yours at me. You can actually start collecting signature from the Yorubas on the streets. Give them money. Let's give them money. Politicians are giving them money to deceive our people that everything is going to be fine. Let's do the same. Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. There's already ongoing work on how to make that easier for you. Don't think I'm just thinking this out of the blues. There is already a work in progress. We need grassroots mobilization that are going to be the evangelists for this Yoruba first, Yoruba nation. Why do we want it? Why should they want it? What are the benefits, the pros, the cons, the advantages, disadvantages? Let them table them before them. Table this before them. Let's make it a community conversation. Trust me, it works wonder. They call it community networking, and you can do that for Yoruba nation. Trust me, it is a very, very practicable way of challenging the rogues who are already bagging their eyes. They are already, sellotaping the 1,000 naira they are going to, enveloping the 1,000 naira they are going to give to our people. You are not just going to blame them. I don't want us to just blame them. I want us to show them why they can actually reject this. And the uprising that you want to counter these criminals can actually come naturally. And I'll tell you how. we have proved that we can come together and pursue a common cause that is to the advantage and the benefits of ours. Now we can do a lot of things in a bigger, on a very, very bigger scale. But we can do bigger things in peace. We can do them small, 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 small. And before you know it, they will come together. You see that Yoruba Rescue Fund platform that we are building, right? Oh, great. Yoruba Rescue Fund is going to be a platform whereby just everything you need to know about Yoruba land, the people, the geographical spread. At the same time, the advocacy for Yoruba nation from all over the world, centralized in a place where you can easily pick this latest information on, because you see all those direct intervention that we are still going to be doing. They will be going into all this grassroots advocacy. They work wonders. You see all those schools, Yoruba First, the Yoruba Agenda, the Yoruba Nation Now. All of these, ideas, all these, materials, they need to flood into our inner communities more than they have been than ever. Because as their posters are flying, we can begin to print posters as well to be what? To be pasted on all of these rogue criminals. Show them, put it on the face of the people, make it the point of conversation in the homes, in churches, in offices. We can do that. And you can start by first looking into those who actually rely on you. There are many, many of us who have taken up to subsidize Nigeria's failure, the Nigeria's economic failure by the rogues in power who gives no damn the responsibility. Subsidizing those who could have become even poorer under the system of Nigeria lies or rests, mostly on the shoulders of many, many of us who are not in that place. Okay, so let's start using that. So when the Yoruba Rescue Fund platform is finally set up, yeah, we are going to have, we are going to have the pool. What do you call it? The pool of content developers, Yoruba content that goes straight into the hands of the real Yoruba sons and daughters in Yoruba land. Now, this is going to be a campaign on its own, not a protest. Do you get that now? And you can start that on your own. Because when this platform is finally set up, right? It's going to be a. I'm trying to find all these kind of big fancy words that I can use to describe something that is so different and so effective that it will be so undeniably, it will be undeniable. So I'm trying to find the right word, but if I have to use sign language to tell you the idea behind the Yoruba Rescue Fund platform and every other thing that joins to that, it is to counter those who have been taking our people for the ride, taking them for a ride for a long time, and us to stop talking and start doing. And stop talking, start doing is why I actually hand that position to be what? To be the pioneer fundraiser for the Yorubas worldwide. Do you understand that now? So something big can start small, especially if all of us key into it. To start, when it's probably called, when it finally comes mainstream, right? It will just be so easy and easier for many, many of you to key into it grassroots mobilization that is counter-campaign against these political options and their lies in Yoruba land. I won't tell you a lot about what that will be, but you have an idea of what I'm talking about. Recruit all the Yorubas that are ready. In this case, many of them are ready. If politicians are enticing them with money, with all this cheap gift and all of that, right? We can do better if it is well coordinated. In fact, they may think you are spending more than what you are actually spending. We have been spending now, and we're going to spend more. But when we spend, we will spend to see results. You see all these our Yoruba brothers and sisters that they will be recruiting for their own bogus, fraudulent campaigns and the rest. Yeah, we must also do on our own part, not through intimidation, fight, or threat or anything. No. There are ways you can take them back. What we have been doing all this while, if you don't know, is that we have been preaching, expecting the average Yoruba sons and daughters who come across the message to think right and see what is right from what is wrong, and then take the position on what is right. It doesn't really work that way. I'm thankful for your lives. Many of you who have seen the light for a long time, and you've never bought into all the bogus lies, manipulation, and everything that comes with it. But majority, you know that majority are still entrapped in all their lies, which means talking alone is not enough. We must also act if we want to see a change. In this case, I am telling you now, and like I said, I've told you how we're going to go about this, and it starts from that part, from that stage, among other things, okay? I want things called Yoruba Nation to be flaunt on the faces of everybody. I want a bold person, right? I want to pay for, listen to this, you see, politicians are paying for posters. They are paying for billboards and everything, right? I want us to pay for billboards all over Yoruba land, Ondo, Ogun, Oyo, Oshun, Ekiti, everywhere. And let us say, okay, you know what? Yoruba Nation is going to sponsor 500 billboards across Yoruba land. 500 billboards. That's a lot of money, by the way. That's a lot of money, okay? But 500 billboards that will say Yoruba Nation is coming. Omo Yoruba Eji. Omo Yoruba Edide. Yoruba. And if you send 500 of those billboards all over Yoruba land, before they uproot all of the, overnight, before they uproot all of the 500, the message will be delivered. I want us to do something than just talking. And listen to me, I'm telling you now that we will be doing something, a lot. And majority of what we're going to be doing is to counter the space that the politicians are going to occupy. Because listen, they'll do everything to make the Yoruba Nation conversation irrelevant. And we shouldn't let that happen. So I want things done that will keep people say, oh, really? I got to Ikeja yesterday in front of the governor's house, governor's office. A big giant billboard. Yoruba Nation is coming. Yoruba Eji. When you say, Niwaju governor's office, yes. Things like that should be encouraged. Things that put the conversation right there that even their TV station, their media, they won't be able to ignore. Those are the things, not just social media and all of that. So I am going to get to that part among other things that are cooking. Things we want to do to put the conversation of Yoruba Nation at the front burner. Not just that, we want to put it in the pocket of every Yoruba sons and daughters that we can get close to. We don't just want to tell them. We don't want to, you know what I mean now? We don't want to just keep blaming them, okay? We want to do more than what social media does. We are so grateful to some of our brothers and sisters who have been so steadfast and upright up to this point. Risking it all, coming out and all of that. You see, media war can be won even in Nigeria. It is just that it requires a lot of resources, fighting, mobilizing for your own country, getting your own citizens behind you, getting them behind that project will require a lot of resources. If they are well utilized, if they are judiciously used, you will see the change in the conversation. Politicians won't be able to run away from that conversation. It is so easy now for them to be talking about it in hushed tones. They said that Tinubu told them, he said, if they don't make him president, well, the Yorubas who want Yoruba nation should be allowed to go and get the Yoruba nation, that it will no longer be against the Yoruba nation. That's the last thing. Some people were saying that. They said Tinubu is saying that, do they know that it's only because Tinubu is still part of APC, that is why the Yorubas are still staying in Nigeria. He's bragging like that in private. But trust me, whether they like it or not, we, the Yorubas, all over the world, you should have it at the back of your mind right now. If you want to counter them, if you want to drag them to pieces, you must be ready to get engaged in proper media war. I'm not talking about blackmailing people, okay? I'm not going to sit down here and start making up stories. No, that's not media war, okay? Media war in this sense is that, put it on their faces. Put that on their faces. And then whatever you think, they should know why this is the most important thing for all the Yoruba sons and daughters all over the world. The Yoruba's safety, the Yoruba's self-determination, the Yoruba self-rule, the Yoruba nation. Now, these are meant to be in pieces like that, or as a whole, your project as a Yoruba man, as a Yoruba woman. Do you get that now? So, which simply means when they are putting all their banners out there that you should support Tinubu is a Yoruba man, then you will put out your own banner out there and say, we will not support Tinubu because Tinubu is never for Yoruba land. If Tinubu is for Yoruba land, tell Tinubu to do a 1-hour media presentation to tell us all his head, if he knows, about the insecurity in Yoruba land and the unemployment in Yoruba land, and without having to continue to tell us that he is Mr. Nigeria. He told us he never believed in Nigeria. Yes, as elected governor-elect of Lagos, so they have not sworn him in. 1999, Tinubu granted an interview and he said, I don't believe in this Nigeria. He said it. He didn't believe in Nigeria. He doesn't believe in Nigeria. And tomorrow, even if he becomes president of Nigeria, he will still never believe in Nigeria. How many of them actually believe in Nigeria? Do you treat something you believe in that way? Do you treat something you love? They say when you say, I love my country, if they say they love Nigeria, do you treat a country you love that way? Lagos State, they will say, I love Lagos people. Is that how a normal city should be in your own mind? Think about it before you answer me. So if you love something, do you treat it shabbily that way? Do you treat it terribly that way? Look at what they've done to Nigeria. Does that show you that they love a country? If they love Nigeria, do you think they will leave it that way? They don't give a damn. So he doesn't care about Yoruba land. He doesn't care about the Yoruba people. He doesn't even care about himself. He probably just care about his greed, which he himself can't really define. So when they put it out there to tell you that it's a Yoruba man, Osinbajo fake Pastor Ruga is a Yoruba man. This one is a Yoruba man. That one is a Biafra man. This one is an Igbo man. Tell them, why were they quiet in the time of the trial and the tribulation of the Yoruba people, the Biafrans, those who are being killed today? How come it's so hard for them to say something on that, to speak out on that, and at the same time to put an end to that? People are dying, they know that, they don't give a damn, and you should not give a damn when you stand up as a Yoruba man, because you should be able to stand up as a Yoruba man. Not just standing up, stand up upright, stand upright. You don't stand and cower and bend because of the spineless atole like Tinubu. Trust me. You don't, as a Yoruba man. Now, when you say Yoruba first, you look at your community. You look at what they have done to your community. You look at what they have done to you, that you probably manage to, to keep your head above the water. What about those who couldn't? What about those who drowned? What about those who are drowning right now? If you're a Yoruba man, you will join us. So we should do that. If you happen to come across the diasporans who says, please, can you go out there? Because you know what? If we can get up to, let's put it this way, if we can get up to 10,000 people, which we can get, trust me, we can get that. If we can get up to 10,000 people who are going to be spread across all of the land in Yoruba land, okay? And their job is to what? It's called networking, connecting, networking, which means one person will build his own network in his own space, our own space. They keep record and report of what they do, and they share that together where they eventually log them into a place that is safe, a data that we keep for the sake of Yoruba land. Now, they can get all those signatures for us. I'm talking about people who write, hard copy. People will write their names, they will sign for Yoruba Nation. They will conduct community to community signature taking. But you see, that process is when you first bring the people into the fold. We need more people in the fold. And when they come into the fold, right, they must be able to be retained in that fold. Retaining them in that fold is what is going to make it easier for people like us. And that's why we are building that template. And you are going to be proud when it's completed. Trust me, you're going to be so proud that we did this. So it's not going to be just talk and talk and talk anymore, okay? We will put action into our words, and this time around, it has to go faster and faster than what it's ever been before now. And that's what we're going to be doing. They are going to be campaigning. They are going to be making promises. They are going to be intimidating and harassing everyone everywhere. They're going to be doing all of that. But we are also going to be campaigning, telling our people that enough. You see, you don't just tell them you don't just tell them and expect them to act. This time around, you're going to be with them and you're going to stop them from what? From validating the fraud again. And how far we go, it's going to be in your hands. It's going to be in our own hands. How far can we go, Maiyegun? I don't know, but we can go so far beyond where you think we could probably get to, as I'm telling you this today. And now, yeah, we're working on that. And the moment it comes upstream, I want you all to already be in on it. It is very easy. You talk to people in Nigeria all the time. Some of you have enough cash that can actually afford to pay 4 or 5 people 50 grand a month. Some of you can pay people, 50 grand. You can pay 2 people 50 grand a month. Recruit them. Tell them about this. Check your own local area and say, well, you know what? I want you to do something for me. Can you do that? Do you believe in Yoruba Nation? Talk to them first. When you convert somebody and you say, and they tell you, there are so many out there, they'll tell you, we are ready, Maiyegun, we just don't know, we don't know who to talk to. Be that model. You live in the US, you live in the UK, you can afford to give somebody 30,000 naira a month, can you? Tell that person, I have a job for you. And that job is this. I'm going to get you 2-3 guys together, right? I want you to be the coordinator for mobilizing and spreading the Yoruba First. What is Yoruba First? I'll send you some of these details. That is why I said we need content creators when we finish with the platform we are building. The content creators are those who are going to be developing materials that can be printed, or they can just be downloaded to be forwarded everywhere and all of that. They will be developing materials for the advocacy of the Yoruba Nation. Flyers everywhere. Post, you know what I mean? It's going to be a big thing. Now, if we can then manage to get our people enough to slow these criminals down, there's a lot of things we can still do with that. But I'm not going to tell you all of them. But I know you can imagine them. Just imagine them for a sec. So it simply means we are not telling people what to expect. We are getting them involved. And they can all say, this is what we want, and this is where we want it to be. If we can manage to do that, No matter what the space is, we can shift the paradigm. I am talking to those who can naturally think deep. But if you don't get all I have said so far, trust me, I understand. Politics is not really that easy, okay? If you don't get all I have said, just forget about it. Tonight may not be your night. You get what I mean? You get it?
You get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it.
Do you get that now? So I'm going to draw my curtains. I want to spend my time now to listen to you. I want to, take your calls. So the last time we discussed about the names we should give to the Yoruba Rescue Fund, I received an email from one of my, I like it when people send me email and they say, I'm one of your, longest supporter and viewer, Maiyegun. So Nathan, if you are watching me, I got your email, okay? But I already have a team working on the website that we're going to use for the Yoruba nation, okay? So, but nevertheless, I have already forwarded your proposal to the team. I told them to read it and then I digest it. Then when we meet, we'll discuss it. And if you're going to be invited into that meeting, we invite you over as well, okay? There's a lot of people working behind the scene on this, and it will be a pleasure to have you with us. And so many of you too who want to be part of it. So we are building something so powerful, something so great, so powerful, that by the time it's completed, right, you'll be so proud to call yourself a Yoruba man, a Yoruba woman, wherever you find yourself, all over the world. You want coordination, we are bringing coordination. You want centralization, we are bringing it. And you want stability, we are bringing that too. You want reliability when it comes to Yoruba nation, right? We are bringing that too. It is going to be all in one exclusive, something that is going to be the foundation of what to come and who that are still coming. So thank you so much for your time. Now, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to raise money. Let me say thank you to my friends who eventually stopped by for the second time. I've seen some of you for the second time. You have gone back to the Give Send Go to add to that fundraiser. I mean, we all agree that we should complete that fundraiser, get the 100% fundraiser before the eventual launch of the Yoruba Rescue Fund. I don't know why we are slowing down, but I think I did. But now I don't know why. Back then we said, oh yeah, we'll wait for the payday. Another payday is going to be, it started this week, it's going to continue next week. If you are still pretty much up for it, remember, I'm going to share the link. But before I start taking calls, see, my tea is empty. Let me go and refill. And when I get back, I will take few calls. And then I will take it on from, I'll start taking calls. But I'll be back. Sorry, that's me just jumping in. I think I have a caller. Hello. What's going on? Okay, hang on.
Building the planet.
I think I get you now. Sorry. Hello there. Sorry.
Yeah, hello. Guten Abend,
Guten Abend, my brother. How are you tonight?
I'm doing great, 100%, bro.
Classic, man.
Bro, I'm so fucking crazy happy tonight about your presentation. It was marvelous, gorgeous.
Thank you. I mean, I don't recover small, so I know they sneeze my nose anymore. So yeah, you can hear me clearly. Maybe next one will be better.
Glory be to God.
Thank you.
Glory be to God, bro. I mean, I'm so delighted and exclusively happy, to be honest, because I'm so fucking sick and tired of listening to all these complaints without no solution. You know, because the drama scene in Nigeria can never end and will never end.
No,
that's the more reason we should focus on the solutions.
Yes.
Like petition you talked about, and that great idea of that billboard thing. You know?
Oh man. But I know it's just money. My ideas are always running wide, bro, honestly. But it's money. I said if I have a chance, sorry, please. If I have a chance of getting to supervise close to just 5 billion for Yoruba nation, some people go no, some people will begin to feel like, but this Yoruba nation will come before December. Trust me, my ideas runs wide. Go on.
Yeah, because you know those ideas were actually things that can manifest our hope, our future, and give, you know, all our dreams to make it come true. Because Baba, we are fucking tired. And you know, when we talk about that billboard of the thing, it's something we can actually strategize.
People can even do it individually. Me, I'm talking about 500.
Individually.
If I have money, their billboard in Nigeria is about 1.52 million naira, right? If I have 2 million, I can just say, you know what? Help me put one billboard for that Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Until they remove, I know they will remove it, but before they remove it, let me mount them up at that Redeemed Church. Yoruba nation is coming. Everybody get ready.
Exactly. And even Atuma Waradika, we will even step it up to the next level, the ones that we won't even have to pay for. We put it everywhere.
Streets. We
go radical with it. Exactly. It's not a must to pay for all those. Okay, we might pay for the big ones, which we know that we eventually remove. But because of you know, and all this, someone brought up an idea about all this church of a thing. If we have volunteers on ground, they go in front of that church, tell them about the petition, tell them about the reason why we need the Yoruba nation. On Fridays, go in front of the Moshalashi, the big ones, talk to all these people. You know? See, my only fear is just like, I remember when Majasola was still in Ibadan, clamoring for the exits of these Fulani in Enugu.
I remember.
They came up with all these rallies. They were going from state to state. They printed T-shirts, printed everything, face caps and shit. They went to Songwe Ibadan, to see Poli Ibadan, UI in Konkome. They went there, and you wouldn't believe what happened. Like, there are some hoodlums, thugs, Yorubas, we still attack Yorubas, where they agitate for our good life.
I know.
Then I think you saw that video. I think I even saw it on your program, if I can remember. One of them that was on the bike, because he was just putting down the dual t-shirt, they beat him up merciless. These guys also need protection.
That's what I'm saying. If this is a network of mobilizers that are known by the organization, right, and they are like empowered and, like you said, protected, all that thing will happen that way. Trust me. But
protected, not protected by police, because we know all those ones that think of Jaguda, right? So, I mean, we need some, you know, physical protection, you know, Don't let us. Don't let.
No, we do need physical protection. No joke. We do need that.
Yeah.
And then to provide all of that, yes, the manpower and everything that comes with it, you need the resources to do that. Of course, we do. We need physical protection.
Yeah,
in a place
you
like
know,
that.
we've got strategies, but nonetheless, I don't want to bust it up on the public. Like, you are not a fan of violence. I'm a big fan of it because there are some things that you can't. I always told you, I talked about it sometime before. Yeah. Like, how will you communicate with someone who is blind and deaf? You can only communicate with them by touching them. That's right. That's my own principle, like very simple analysis. But you can now think outside of the box and then analyze what I'm trying to say.
I'm with you.
But it's just like the Fulani. Did you ever saw them on live programs talking about their plans? No. Even though they've got a lot of it. What's the plan?
Sure, you get.
You got it?
I mean, they are the only people who can run Nigerian army into the forest. Even if Nigerian army is going to come back to pursue them, they are the only ones who have the capacity to chase Nigerian army out of their own barracks. Yeah.
They go and we know this
no tribe. Yeah. No tribe has tried that in Nigeria yet. Come together and say you enter barracks, so you can't chase the military. You shoot. Nothing happened. No tribe has tried.
Thanks so much tonight, Maiyegun. Thank you so much. And please, I wouldn't mind if you can just, possibly if it's actually possible for you, like keep it up coming like every 20 minutes of your program of those 2 hours to just talk a little bit about this thing. Why we have
it is not my duty. You know, one thing is that sometimes I want to make sure that I am not repetitive. Okay, so I want to make sure that whatever I'm going to give should be, because we've said that we should start giving, content, presentations that will make people understand why are the Yorubas interested in asking for this. So that is why I'm like, there are some ideas that you can share. There are some that, just keep them to yourself until you walk behind the scene and push them out. But again, I will be spending time every night to always give us reasons and how can we make an impact in our advocacy.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Maiyegun. I'm very emotional about this. Yeah, good night, Baba. Good night, sir.
So that's a good one. So I will be spending my time, even if it's 20 minutes, half an hour, I will be spending my time to just share that idea, because I've got all these crazy ideas running in my head. I've shared many of them with the people who are designing the platform. And, I can't wait for that to come to life. Some of them I'll share with you as, as my brother just said there. So yeah, I have another person on the line. Can you hear me? Oh, hang on. I didn't add you to the live program. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
Oh, brilliant. We can all hear you too. So please, go on.
Yeah, how buddy?
Baba, I am still alive, and I thank God.
Good. Yeah, nice one.
Thanks, man.
Actually, I'm very, very happy. I'm very, very happy with the topic and everything you spoke about today. Actually, it's like great minds think alike. I was doing a research on my own on Wikipedia about, history, the Yoruba wars with the Fulani, the Yoruba civil war. I was reading on Wikipedia today. I was. If I could show everyone, I can show you on my laptop. Like I was just studying. Like I really want to know who we are, what we've done.
How did this whole thing start? Where did it all started from?
I'm telling you. Yeah, and you know what I get to know, Baba? Before the European came to Africa, do you know we were enslaving ourselves?
Yes.
As Africa, as black people.
We're selling ourselves as slaves. Is that not the spoil of war?
Yeah.
When you fight war, you capture these people, then you sell them off. But
and that made me to realize something, that if there's any solution that's going to come or help Africans, or help with black people, or help Yoruba people, it's going to come from us. Nobody's going to help us. Baba. That made me realize that we are the answer to our problem lies in our hands.
Obviously.
Every each Yoruba being, either male or female, a child, a teenager, the old ones, it lies in each and everyone's hands. Baba. nobody's going to help us.
Nobody's coming for us.
Nobody's coming. Before the Europeans, exploited us. We've exploited each other already.
We've been doing it to ourselves.
We've been doing it to ourselves. I'm happy that, in fact, when you were reading that letter, I was so surprised. Like, this is what I was reading today. And
Baba, you should, Oyeboda said they stopped slave trade, right? It's just that they changed it to another thing. What they stopped is that human slave trade. What do you think that means? Rich people. People were rich for selling human beings.
For selling human beings then in Yoruba. Yes,
and they call them Ologun Eru.
Exactly now.
And that's somebody who has 20 slaves.
I'm telling you. That's why
we've been doing that to ourselves a long time.
When they took history away from us, it's one of the most dangerous things. People need to. They need to go back to history and start reading about Yoruba. Then you will see.
But do you know another thing as well? One thing is that Yoruba land is such a unique place, right? When people where it got to a point, the Yorubas, according to them, right, they stopped the slave trade. We stopped it. Then some people were now doing it illegally. To the point that some Yorubas, they now form the vigilante. They always go after people who they call them slave raiders. They go about in the village. You know what I mean? But it's so crazy. We started it. We did it to ourselves.
Yeah. And Maiyegun, I won't lie to you. And my comrades, today, somebody called me separatist because I'm fighting for Yoruba nation. Imagine. Today, I was called a separatist. And I told that person, you know what? You can call me separatist, fine. But as long as I'm fighting for the good well-being of each and every Yoruba being,
that's right.
You can call me separatist. I don't care. And this didn't come from a Hausa. This did not come from a Yibo. It didn't even come from a Middle Belt. It came from a Yoruba person. Baba.
And we know why. You see, we will change that mentality. And the way we're going to change it, it will surprise some of them because they're going to get caught up on our way. They'll be like, I've been hearing it. I just never thought it's something this big. We need to make it big now. Yes.
Yeah. It shows. What I was not unhappy about it. It just made me realize that we have a lot of work.
Have a lot of work to do.
That's just it. It just means we have a lot of work to do. I'm not unhappy about that, but I just believe we have a lot of work to do. Imagine. And this person was asking me, okay, what is the solution? And I told you, with the previous conversation we had, I highlighted every solution to you. It's like you're not ready to listen to what I'm saying. But when you're really ready, we'll have a debate. Yeah, and educate each other. Not this. You want this
Don't
one,
fight them when they throw it at you, right? When they throw it at you, just ready to take it. Be ready to take it.
Yeah.
And when they pour everything out, you know what I mean? Just ask them this straight question. Like, what do you have to lose if Nigeria break up? Let me ask you this. What do you have to lose? Usually they don't have anything to say, right? Well,
and you know what happened?
Yeah.
And you know what caught up the person's song. And I made an analysis. I said, when Nigeria joined together, when we had our independence in 1960, how many years did it take us for us to start having food?
To start having our own development and all that. It didn't take long.
I said, you know what? For Nigeria, between 1960 to 1967 or 1966, for us to have a destruction of every party, it shows you that Nigeria is not meant for us.
It's not.
Let every region handle their resources.
Their own resources.
And you see the outcome. Because people are suffering. Europeans are suffering. I get calls every week. Nigeria is happening to everybody everywhere.
Let me take another one there, Tunde. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man. Good work, Maiyegun. Good work.
Thanks, Baba. Thanks for the support as well, because now they support Maiyegun. So I have my brother here. Hello.
Hello, Maiyegun General.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, Maiyegun General. Respect to the temple of truth.
Prince Jejema.
This is Prince Jejema.
I can tell.
Yes.
I heard your voice. How are you today?
I'm fine. Are you, Maiyegun?
I am very well. You know, I'm like 3 weeks away coming to London. So I should be so very well when I get to London in 3 weeks. So how are you?
That's lovely. Yeah, we're fine. Yeah,
So,
Maiyegun, I'm happy with your suggestions today. When I was listening to all that you are saying, you know, the only thing I just look at it as one of the callers said that some things, I think we shouldn't make it open.
Yeah.
You know, some things should come as a surprise. You know, because the people that we are dealing with, they always come up with surprises.
They do.
Get what I mean?
I'm with you.
Because they are with us on this program also. Every time they come to listen to know the next move of what they're gonna do.
That's right.
You understand?
That's
so
right.
some things we're gonna also reserve it. You know. So on 8th of April, I then the kind of court day.
That's right.
Yeah, you know, now the Kanu is like an ant on their blockers. You know, they don't know.
Prince, I have heard something, and I think I should say it here. Normally, I am not the type that wants to kind of break it before it happened, all right? But I'm going to say it here, because I just have to. So you see, something is coming, and Nnamdi Kanu is going to be released soon. But his release and every other thing is becoming part of the package of what they call the peace package for the Eastern Nigeria. A lot is going on, no Prince. I just thought you should.
Okay.
So as April 8th is approaching, I beg you, we should all start counting days now. It could be a countdown. Maybe not for that 8th of April, but it is this close, Prince. Right. Go on.
Yeah. Thank you for the hint.
Go on, please.
Thank you for the hint. Yeah, thank you for the hint. The only thing, as I said, Nnamdi Kanu is an ant in their blockers.
Yeah, it's been.
You understand? So the best thing for them is to leave him. You know, this is your program. MI15 listen to it. FBI, they listen to it. You understand? CIA, they listen to your program. They all knows what is going on. You understand? The satellite of the whole world is upon Nigeria. The microscope of the whole world is upon Nigeria. You understand? You know, and the whole world knows that Nigeria is not. Nobody can savage Nigeria. No. You understand? No. You can't restructure anything with all these terrorists all over the forest. No. You cannot. You understand? So everybody must stand up. You understand? We are just, if you can't stand up now, you will stand up later, whether you like it or not. You understand? Election cannot solve the problem of Nigeria. No. You understand? So lastly, what I want to say again is that to my lovely Yoruba brethren, please, this time around, we should limit the party that we do. The party one by life. Please, we should limit it, curtail some things, because in our forest, the dangers are all over the place. They planted all the terrorists that they brought from Niger Republic, from Chad. They planted them everywhere. You know, I'll keep on hammering this because I don't care. We have sworn to an oath to restore Biafra Oduduwa nation. You understand? That's where we stand now. We are not going back on it. No. You understand? If we are to the last man standing, if I fall, every other person go forward. That's what we are in it. You understand? Because already our life is not safe. So why are we? What else? You know? So now the Kanu has told them, if it comes to the stage that if to one Boko Haram, they will also have 10. You understand? To one Boko Haram suicide bomber, they will have 10. Now the Kanu has told them. You understand? So whatever they are doing, they know that we have decided, and our own movement is voluntary.
It is.
You understand? We are not being paid. because we know what we want. For our children cannot be slaves in our own land.
God bless
you know, and they cannot take our life or our land. It's not possible.
No.
You know, because they came to meet us. They come from Futajelon to come and meet us in Nigeria. They meet Yoruba. They met Yoruba in Nigeria. They met the Biafran. Maiyegun General, God bless you. Keep on the good work. We hail you, Baba.
Thanks so much, Prince.
Respect.
Nice one. That's a Prince Jejeman. Prince Jejeman's musical video we'll be shooting in London on the, I'll be in London on the 22nd, and I'm going to be in London on the 23rd, Saturday, and I'm going to be in London on the 24th, which is Sunday, and I'm going to leave London that evening. So if I have a chance of seeing my friends in London, we can all just come together around Prince Jejeman's video shoot. It's quite going to be fun. I mean, even if I'm going to be there for just a few hours, I can spend that with you. Trust me. So I have another person on the line. Hello. Hello there. I hope when you call, you will speak.
Hello, Maiyegun General.
Hello, Baba. How are you?
Ẹkújọ́ mẹ́ta o, ẹkú ètò.
Ọjọ́ kan pẹ̀lú báwo ni o?
Adúpẹ́ Níyì from France ni o.
Hello,
I really appreciate the show today for talking about publicity of the Yoruba nation. In fact, something happened to yesterday. My friend had a presentation in a missionary school.
Right.
So he now said, he told on public speaking, and I gave him a topic. He said he has a topic before, that is time management. I told him, use Yoruba nation advocacy for Yoruba emancipation in Nigeria. So, and I gave him outline. I even recommended the book by Professor Adeni, the one he told us on the show, when he came on the show, that day. And I recommended your YouTube channel as a reference point, and he appreciated it. So in my own little way, I've been sending it on various WhatsApp groups that I am on.
Great.
And in most cases, when I send it, it brings about debate. Why are you supporting this? And I have to trash it out. And some people are also supporting the Yoruba nation.
That's great.
So I would just encourage every one of us that are on the show, in our own little way, we can tell people on our WhatsApp group. In fact, I was surprised one day on somebody's blog, all these Islamic blogs and some other blogs, I will just put in Ominira Yoruba 2022.org, and I will see people responding. So it's like it's going viral.
It is.
By just,
with the pieces that everybody, because what we are doing is pretty much individual when you check it, but collective effort of individual, that's what we managed to get to what we have seen so far. But you see, when an organization is well now funded, that you really have people, you have the boots on ground, it's a different story entirely. That's why I'm like, if we do that, and we are going to do it, it's not even like if we're going to do it. We're going to start seeing what I said.
So from your suggestion today, you talked about grassroots mobilization by paying people, billboard, and even incentives to
encourage people to pick up this interest. Yeah, apart from being voluntary, people can join us. People should join voluntarily, and if there are also in a way to add incentives to encourage more, we should. Okay.
Yeah,
we should not just sit back and say, what do they want us to do? Can't they just go out there and start talking? No. We know not every one of them will go and do it that way. If we have to give an incentive, why not?
In marketing, we call it aggressive marketing. And
you get what I mean?
You are doing integrated marketing by having various approaches. So if we could just get all these nouns, especially nouns, they are radical. I heard one caller said we should be radical about it. All these nouns, students,
give them something. What's the politician they give them? What's the politician they give the nouns? Tell us about what they give to them. Tell them about what Yoruba nation is offering them. They know where these offers are coming from. So if the politicians break a bank for them, whatever we give to them with a good message of conviction, right? Whatever you give to them will always be more valuable than whatever politician gives to them. Give them something. Give them, I don't know.
So when you said something about Tinubu assertion that he was going to, if not for him, the Yoruba nation will have been fulfilled. You know, I made that suggestion on the parliament that day that
I remember.
Tinubu is going to join. So I believe so much that he's just waiting for the primaries and they will disappoint him in Jesus' name. Yoruba nation now.
Wow. God bless you, Baba. I appreciate you. Nice one.
Yeah.
Let me take another call again. Okay. Nice one, Baba. So I have another person on the line. Hello there. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Can you hear me?
Good day. Maiyegun General.
Sir.
Yeah, I can hear you. My name is Rahman, calling from UAE, Dubai.
Rahman from the UAE.
I am one of your...
You are live. Everybody can hear you now, sir.
Okay, bro.
Nice.
This is my first time of calling. I'm one of I'm one of your silent workers, bro. Yeah.
Go for
I'm very happy to get in today. Seriously.
So much,
actually, this was my first day of trying.
Oh, it's your first time of trying? It's your first time of calling and you got through?
Yeah.
That's a lot of firsts.
Because I dedicated my time. I'm here watching it one phone and I have another phone just trying to call. Actually, I'm not always online because I do watch the replay. But today, I was not feeling fine. So I just came back from work to just, today I must get Maiyegun today.
Must get in. And I'm glad you made it, Baba. Nice one. Wow. So where are we?
Yeah. Maiyegun, you are doing a great job, Maiyegun.
Thank you.
To be sincere.
Thanks, Baba.
But please, Maiyegun, I just want you to help me do something.
Please.
There are some your part of your show. Can you just cut some clip? Because I've been trying to convince my friend, my classmates.
Right.
So maybe I can just be sending him to him because please. I'm trying to convince him to just join this Yoruba nation because I know he has a lot of people around him. You understand?
Right.
Please, Maiyegun.
What happened is that if you check on Maiyegun's diary Politico, there are some clips that are not really that long, but I get your drift. I'm going to walk around that, okay? I'll cut more and more into pieces that can be easily downloaded, okay? And you can share as well. Not too long, not too short.
Okay.
I'll work on that.
Okay, bro.
And the platform. I may put them on Facebook so that it will be easier to download than YouTube only, right? I get what you mean.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Baba.
Okay, and one last thing. I'll be and I appreciate my people back that really supported the professor.
All right, oh, bless you, Wahab.
Okay, sir.
Trust me, you just have to.
Okay.
Strong, or I can switch to it so easily. Trust me, I can switch to Ijebu and
Baba, you are good with your Ijebu. Me, I don't even understand anything. Even my father said, "Do not even understand it again. We don't understand anything again." So thanks very much, man. I'm very grateful.
And I'm glad. You know one thing, I'm so happy that you are interested in spreading the advocacy of Yoruba nation without you feeling like, well, I can't even speak Igbo anymore. So, I'll just call myself this and that. I'm happy you are interested, and you should be interested in more than just the Yoruba nation, okay? You should start picking all those up, please. Okay, Baba? I'm so happy speaking to you tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, you have a good one, okay? I'll always be in touch.
No, not Wahab, Rahman.
Oh, Rahman. I said Wahab. Rahman, my bad. Sorry, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you anyway, Rahman, all right?
Okay.
Have a good one.
Yeah, welcome.
Cheers. Okay. So that is a Rahman from the UAE, United Arab Emirates. That's in Dubai. So I have another caller on the line. Hello there.
Hello, Baba. How are you?
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Hello, Baba.
Shalafiani, sir.
Yeah. Good job, Baba. The Ecuador ti wa àwọn Yorùbá o.
Àwa nìyẹn o, adúró ti ara wa o.
I really adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín gan.
Thank you so
Maiyegun. Mo rí nǹkan kan pé ó ti ṣí Instagram fún Bola Tinubu. Wọ́n ti ṣí Instagram. Wọ́n ti rí pé àwọn ọmọ Yoruba Igbo wọ́n rí pé wọ́n waste lórí Instagram yẹn gan bàbá.
Àwọn náà ti fẹ́ lọ take over
bẹ́ẹ̀. Bàbá tẹ́ bá lè máa bá wa ṣe èmi ò láìkí máa wo fídíò lórí Instagram anyway live video. Mo ti wà use pẹ̀lú YouTube 9 o'clock Maiyegun.
Ṣé you get?
Bánà mi nìyẹn.
So ó yí sí torí pé àwọn èèyàn ti wà so used mọ́ yí pé kọ́kọ́ switch sórí láti TV wọn yẹn kọ́kọ́ switch sí YouTube. Many people go okay wo lórí phone mọ́. You know what I mean?
But ní Nàìjíríà wọ́n wà use mọ́ YouTube àwọn tó ń waste nílẹ̀ yẹn bàbá. Instagram lọ ti ń bá bí kọ́ máa jà Maiyegun bí kọ́ máa jà kọ́ máa bú bàbá ara wọn torí Burna Boy àti Wizkid àti Davido wípé Davido lówó ju Wizkid lọ Burna Boy lówó ju Davido lọ.
Lórí Twitter náà bọ́yẹ máa jà mọ́ jù kílẹ̀ máa ti mọ̀ ni.
Wọ́n ti waste lórí Instagram yẹn wọ́n ti waste so mo wá rí pé Bọ́lá Ahmed gan-an Chief Tinubu gan òun kan ti lọ sí Instagram sí lórí òun kan ti lọ sí Instagram
kó máa làjà wọn.
Exactly òun náà fẹ́ bọ́ sára wọn ó fẹ́ ṣá láti convince wọn pẹ̀lú Instagram.
Scoop out now. Àwọn tó ń ṣe kí ni àwọn young boys ni tó ń fún lówó ló ń ṣàwọn ṣẹ́ yẹn àwọn ló ń open gbogbo àwọn pages yẹn to help capture their mates ẹ bá wa capture wọn wá ó yẹ capture gbogbo wọn wá.
Exactly iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe sí ni
so láti ṣe tiwa nìyẹn báyìí sí yẹn àwọn agbọ̀ngàn láti wá capture wọn wá.
Exactly Yorùbá nation wọ́n kàn waste níbẹ̀ ní fact tó máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn bloggers gan tó ń blog they only blog anything nǹkan táwọn politicians ṣe tó look tí kò yẹ kọ́ rẹ́rìn sí. As in everything to them there is just like it's normal. Wọ́n ti damage wọ́n lu yẹn. Wọ́n ti damage wọn ò mọ anything. Àfikún máa náà wọ́n lè ń sóyìnbó. Àfi mi get every first caller tó ní kò tiẹ̀ jí so ti sú everybody as in everybody ó ti sú everybody ó ti sú. Mi ò lè expect in fact Maiyegun wọ́n tún máa bá àwọn ọjà ń pé Atiku is better than Buhari than Tinubu as in àwọn gan wọ́n tún wá sún àwọn Tinubu Atiku gbogbo wọn di dies.
That's what I'm saying now. They choose their baba. They love their oppressors differently. And the one where they sad me most, it máa ń bà mí nínú jẹ́ jù ni pé ẹ kàn máa dédé rí wèrè kan. Yeah, bí tí wọ́n ti ń yági yẹn ni o. Ẹ kàn máa dédé rí wèrè kan, ó lè wọ suit and tie. Wàá gbọ́. Èmi ò like sorry, let me tell you something. I'm not Tinubu's friend. I'm not Tinubu's fan. But Tinubu is better than Atiku. Another one will come and say, see this idiot. See, as I am now, I'm not a PDP member, but Atiku is better than Tinubu by 1 million times. And you'll be looking at the morons, pushing it back and forth, and you are just reading the comment like, Masheo.
Exactly. And again, Maiyegun ṣe àwọn celebrity àwọn olórin yẹn náà. Mo notice pé gbogbo wọn bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni ọ̀rọ̀ olúyẹ̀ ò tiẹ̀ yé mi. Ọ̀rọ̀ olúyẹ̀ ò yé mi at all.
Bàbá ṣe rí long time military rule yẹn. Ṣe rí long time military rule yẹn. Yeah. Ó ti damage brain and psyche millions of Nigerians, including the Shirley celebrity telling coin. The way they see the problem of Nigeria, kò yàtọ̀ sí bí Buhari ṣe ń rí, kò yàtọ̀ sí bí àwọn another demented people ṣe ń rí.
Yeah, just a quick one, Maiyegun. Okay, yeah. Ó ní bọ̀bọ̀ kan tó ń pè ní Vector yà ó wá ń kọrin. Àwọn èèyàn máa mọ̀ yà. As in one interview lórí program kan wọ́n tà láti as in Maiyegun gbogbo ṣẹ́rí gbogbo nǹkan tẹ̀ ń sọ iná lòun náà sọ àti pé pé àti ẹ̀ kì í ṣe Nàìjíríà kì í ṣe Nàìjíríà wọn òyìnbó ló fún wa lórúkọ yẹn òyìnbó ló so wá pọ̀ ìwọ sí everything good as in èmi gbọ́n pé at the end of the day ẹni tó ní interview tó ní kókè ní pé wọ́n sọ Odùduwà nation Yorùbá nation ó ní pé ní pé ta ló máa wà nínú Odùduwà nation Tinubu àwọn leader wa náà ló máa wà ní Odùduwà. I was like, ó ti sọ̀rọ̀ dáadáa. They don't even know anything.
They have no
clue. They don't know. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà lè máa ráwọn àwọn celebrity, àwọn onífíìmù, àwọn tó ń kọrin tó yẹ pé ẹlòmíì máa ní pé I prefer Jonathan. Gbogbo ẹ̀ tí kókó tí mi ò
ìlú yẹn ni Nàìjíríà máa ń jọba brain ni. Brain man jọba.
Even just last week, ẹ̀yin youth ilẹ̀ ń bú Taribo good. Yí Dakola àbí kí ló ń porúkọ ẹ̀. Ẹ̀ tó ń tọ́ láti mọ̀ ẹ̀ ní pẹ̀lú. And again, Maiyegun, ṣẹ́rí ìlú yẹn, ó dà pé ìlú yẹn gangan ni ẹ fàyà.
Ṣó dàbí ní àdó gangan ni ẹ fàyà?
I don't even believe bóyá ẹ fàyà àbí everywhere is. But Nigeria is gangan lọ́dà ohun gangan ni ẹ fàyà ohun gangan ni. Exactly. Because Emmanuel Omi tó yẹ pé ó ń tà láti like, what you are doing is good. And even a lot of people in Nigeria, they will try to like, Madam máa liberate yàn. Ìwọ tó máa dé pé àwọn àṣìṣe àwọn pastor bá àwọn politicians ṣiṣẹ́ ni. Ìwọ tó tún tà láti ṣe àwọn èèyàn lójú pé ó lè làwọn pastor. Same you náà ló máa gba bribe lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó ń bá ayé èèyàn jẹ. Everything to swing on Maiyegun àti Eminita máa stop the money in Nigeria.
That's another one though. All the activists who were SARS that we are now hearing that majority of them don't go collect their own share. This one is not even like a bribe share. They moved back there and they've already Baba, let me take another call. God bless you, eh?
Oh yeah, Baba, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I mean, it's sad that you say, oh, activists, so they say Nigeria is bad, but they are actually waiting for their turn. Hello, sir.
Hello, Maiyegun General.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm going to watch today. My first time of getting into your.
Oh, you're gonna be the third person who is getting me for the first time after a long time. But I'm happy speaking to you, sir.
Ọmọdógbòlú.
Ọmọ yé mi o.
Tó rántí gbèké.
Mi rántí dáadáa ká bá sọ̀rọ̀ dẹ́sí.
Tó rántí gbèké rẹ̀. Gbèkéré ní.
Mo ṣì mi rántí gbèkéré mi. Mo yí mi rántí gbèkéré.
Now, Maiyegun, I put it in chatting just now. Whenever you are doing your program, always mention your town. Some stupid and bastard guys are talking rubbish. That you are from either Edo or whatever.
Somebody is saying, you know what? Don't stress yourself. See, I've heard somebody who came to me and said, a Biafran brother, my Biafran brothers, they love me so much, right? I'm gonna, that person now said, he said, I heard that you are from Ijebu Igbo. To him, that Igbo is Igbo. He said, Ijebu Igbo. He said, I'm 100% sure that you are 80% Igbo. See, you said you are from Ijebu Igbo. I was like, you know what? Let me just let a brother enjoy what he feels. Ijebu Igbo is not Ijebu Igbo. So people can say a lot. Oh, I'm from Ijebu Igbo. Odo Bolu is my mother's town.
Me, where they talk with you now, I'm Fatai from Ishara.
That's wow. So Fatai from Ishara.
Professor Politico.
That is right. Ishara.
Yes.
Ishara Remo.
Late Samuel Akitoya town.
God bless you.
Oba Kobo.
God
Do you know the meaning of that Oba Kobo? Do you know the meaning?
What's it buried at Danny? I've heard it before. Tell us.
Okay.
For my listeners.
Yeah. Okay, the story of that Oba Kobo, late Samuel Akitoya, was very, very close to Chief Obafemi Awolowo Action Group. They are one of the frontier.
The pioneers, the veterans back then.
So, Osheluti Watipe,
Baba.
They wanted to punish him. They reduced his salary to 1 kobo. And my royal Oba didn't take them serious. He will always be at the point of collecting that money. He will be the first person to get
after he was downgraded. I know.
That 1 kobo you get, I will come and collect it. I want to battle any. In fact, to add to your wisdom.
God bless you.
I've been waiting for you for so long and continue doing.
Thank you, sir.
Your honest is working for you.
I know. Thank you.
And whatever you hear outside, don't listen to it.
That's right.
I'm
with you.
And the God will continue you. I'm talking from Chicago.
God bless you. That's another. God bless you, Baba.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
See you again. Talk to you again, please.
It will be a pleasure. You stay safe, Baba. Nice one, eh? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. So that's somebody very close to my hometown, and it's great. I'm looking forward to a day I'll be in Nigeria. I'm going to be in Nigeria maybe next year if I come around. I want to have that homecoming with all of us, the Jabus, on this platform. Hello there.
Good evening.
Good evening to you. How are you?
Not bad.
Class.
You want to keep me up.
I know. I mean, you all are now getting used to going to bed after 11. I mean, you are not complaining, but hopefully the time will change soon and we'll be stopping at 10.
No, yeah, I'm saying that all because, the time is changing this time. So we'll be short of the month.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to be at work by early.
Thank you. So how's your night anyway? How's your weekend?
The weekend is going fantabulous. Even though I'm tired because it's been a marathon of hours of work and plus school and everything.
I can imagine. I can imagine.
Yeah.
So you just want to share part of that with us tonight before you go to bed?
Honestly.
Please.
First of all, let me greet the house. I salute all our able, courage, listeners. May God Almighty bless all of them. Amen. And all our brothers who have been up and down. Yeah, we thank them. And we also thank them because for all their help, support towards Oloyibo.
That's right.
And now the journey continues.
It will.
Maiyegun, if you don't, I'm a bit of a historical. I like to come from the roots.
As always. So yeah. Let's see where you start tonight. Go on.
Yeah, I remember you. No, I just want to remember you some of the key prophecies.
Okay.
Remember?
Flashback. Okay. Go on.
You remember that I told you, don't fight with Tinubu. He's coming back to support us. We are approaching. Brother, let him go and meet God, lean in front of God, so make your Daniel. Tinubu is not going nowhere. Look at it. Okay. Let us look at what is going on everywhere now. 44-3. Maiyegun, if I'm not being wrong, you know that I'm beginning to suspect that it's like Fulani know that Nigeria will break. That is why they are looting.
Sure, we know they talk about on this platform that this level of looting, printing money, inflation, the indebtedness, the terrorism and everything. It's like they know what we don't know. It's like they feel like Nigeria is going to end someday and they want to take whatever they can take. I think we said that on this program before, didn't we?
Not someday. They know. It's like they have called them and told them that Nigeria is gone. They should round up. Because they forgot that since they started the Russia-Ukraine war, the crude oil per barrel is $120. If I'm not wrong.
No, you are not wrong. It's over $120 per barrel right now.
Yes. All the money they've been making since last 3 weeks now, where are the money? Are they remitting anything?
NNPC cannot remit about $9 billion anyway. 107 million liters of 107 million barrel of crude oil that could not be accounted for. Totally $9 billion in 2019. So this is 2022. Russia windfall, Russia war. We not had any penny to Nigeria. They are actually borrowing. They're still borrowing.
Now, it's 3 weeks that the war have started, or go to a month. War have started. Do you think that from that day, the oil jumped to $120 per barrel?
From now, $70.
All the money all the oil they've been selling from that day. Do you want to tell me that Nigeria have not made money that can pay that debt?
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question too. Did you hear that? What's that one again? No. I think it's about the remittance. Don't worry. Continue, JJ.
Now, Dangote refinery, how much? The stake that these guys said they went and bought 20% for $2 billion. How much are they building refinery? Ghana refinery was built from Singapore. Built, ready-made built. They cheap it all the way through. How much they build it? Brother, it's like Fulani know that Nigeria will be hurt. Because I don't know who will be so courageous that will get into that seat by next year and have that courage to probe all this wahala they created.
Some say that if Tinubu want to be honest, which country won't rule now? Like, what? Which country?
No, you understand. So he's still coming back home. You see the drama. It has started, though.
It don't start, though.
Brother, mark my word. By this time of next week, you see some people decamping to PDP.
Next week, long, JJ. Okay, I'll wait. If it's going to reach well. Next week is just 2 days away anyway.
Tomorrow is the last day of this week in the year. We are entering next week by Monday. You will see that the PDP. Do you know the meaning of the campaign?
Yeah.
To go and collapse PDP.
PDP Nabi, as usual now.
They will collapse it. Once they collapse APC, collapse PDP, another thing will form. Then finally, what will be the finally will be the doom that I predicted for you. That my prophecy. That the good military will root out. And that military will now make everything speed up.
Make it
you will
faster.
see the riot that will break out. Nigeria won't be able to control it, except if they go for confab. If the military come and say, okay, confab, let them talk, and we will. We'll see down
the process of dismantling and sharing this power. See, JJ. Thank you very much. I'm going to round up now, just to,
You can see how I'm talking.
I can tell already. It seems that you self get cold now. You do? Or you're just tired?
I'm not even sleep. I'm half sleeping.
Okay.
Brother,
I'll let you go to bed.
I have something to tell you, but I will speak in code.
Right.
Brother.
Right.
Ṣó mọ̀ pa mo fẹ́ sọ Yorùbá torí àwọn ọmọ Igbo tó wà níbí. Ọ̀gá wọn kan tó ń fi pamọ́ yẹn. Jọ bá yìí Sunday Igboho sọ̀rọ̀ ó tiẹ̀ jẹ́ ní tinú àtọ́là tọ̀lú bá ká fi ṣọwọ́ sáwọn níbọ̀ wọn tọ́mọ̀gá wọn.
Okay. Nice.
So o ti get.
I'll walk around it.
Wọ́n ti mọ̀ pé inú wa dùn àwa náà o ti get. Torí ẹ̀ ń bá dúpọ̀. That's my suggestion.
God bless you. I mean, I'm glad that you are saying it publicly as well. I want to make notice, so let me go and work on it, and then yeah, sure, it's a good one. So thank you. No,
once you talk,
that makes sense. I reach out. I need to reach out. You make sense. But nice one, Sha JJ. Yeah, you have a good night. Okay, thank you so much, Baba. So I'm gonna round it up at this point, everyone. I appreciate your time with me tonight, as always. Okay, but remember, you can still like that video. If this is your first time of watching Maiyegun, or people said that they don't receive notification and all that, even though they've subscribed on Maiyegun's Diary Politico, what you should do is to check your notification. Check it. You know that when you click subscribe, then the next thing is that you're going to see your notification on on, always on, all those stuff. So check it and check them out and see what the setting says. I am kind of thankful to everyone once again for your time with me. So if you have managed to take, to check that link where we are raising our fund, please use it. Use that link if you haven't really used it before, or if you have and you want it again, you can indeed make use of that. And your donation is voluntary. So I like what JJ said, and I will have a chat with Oloye Sunday Igboho on that. I wouldn't mind, I love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I actually love the guy so much. But if we can reach out, it's not because they don't have they don't have their own funding and the rest of that. But on Maiyegun's Diary Politico, we tend to look beyond just ourselves. We look, when we say ourselves anyway, there's no way it's not going to cut across the Yorubas, the Biafrans, and all of them, okay? So I'll speak to Oloye Sunday Igboho, wherever we come up with, right? And then I will bring it back here. And then, we'll have a chat about it. And then we'll reach out as usual, okay? No matter what it is, I would love to be part of that. Trust me. I would love to. But again, thanks so much for your time. If you're just joining me, you can watch the broadcast from the beginning. It's quite interesting. I started with this history of how, past, Yorubas who have had the opportunity of shaping the Yoruba, the Yoruba's future, Yoruba's destiny into the right one, how they let ego and all that to override them until they indeed shaped the future of the Yoruba people, but for a very, very wrong reason. So Tinubu is one of them. I started from that. We then jumped into their APC, Egbekegbe convention or na boxing. So, and then we are rounding it up now with the phone calls from everyone, my friends who participated to make their own contribution, okay? So whichever part you would love to see, you can start from the beginning, skip the music if you don't like too much music, and you can watch everything again if you do want. So thank you so much for your time. Like the video, share it, subscribe on Maiyegun's Diary Politico. Keep it original, and I'm going to see you some other time. Until then, stay safe and good night to all of us.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Tí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lé ibo níṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ̀lú ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o ákàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹ̀yin bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.